All right. Good evening, everybody. We are here. FYI After Dark. I'm your host, Yolanda Hinton, along with AKA Mr. E. That's Edward Everett. Good morning, good evening. It's still light, but it's after dark. How are you, Mr. E?
That's right. It's still light. You got to remember that saving time is right around the corner. And yes, I'm doing wonderful on a beautiful day like it is.
I know we can expect some light coming, extra light anyway. On Sunday, it's daylight savings time. And hey, I'm welcoming the sun. I love it.
That's right. That's all about the temperature is changing, the weather is changing, and guess what? Spring is in the air. I feel music everywhere, so we might as well get ready because we've been blessed to have great weather.
By the time we get to the 20th of March, it will be springtime.
Miss Cynthia, you can bet your bottom dollar folks have already started shedding, and opening up windows, and the pollen is on the cars and in the air and on the trees. So, folks are ready. They are welcoming that, the spring and the summertime.
Absolutely. I wanted to give some announcements. We're expecting our guest, Mr. Sean Cunningham. Hopefully, we can pull him in. In the meantime, I wanted to give some announcements about Crystal Community Development Corporation, our Young Women Achieving Success program. It is on the move.
Yeah.
And you all can reach me. I'm going to give you the number 757-287-6792. This program is sponsored by Crystal Community Development Corporation, and we're looking to recruit girls 10 to 17 years old, a mentoring program, a free mentoring program for young ladies. It takes place in Chesapeake, Virginia, and we meet on Wednesdays. Our site is on Military Highway at New Galilee Baptist Church. And we would love, love, love to have your girls be a part of the program. The program started actually in 2006, and it's still going on. We're on the move, and we really, really would like to have you parents and grandparents, aunties, neighbors to recommend young ladies 10 to 17 for this program. Once you come with your young lady, we will actually send you information about the program. We'll introduce you to the facilitators and just let you see what we're doing and just allow the girls to bond with other young ladies and just have that wonderful sisterhood that's a part of this Young Women Achieving Success.
And what,
Uh, yes,
and one of the things you said, Miss Hinton, that about the young women is it is free. It's a
yes.
free event. So, free joining, free club, and all you have to do is bring your girls.
Absolutely. It's a free program. You can give me a call at 757-287-6792. Get more information. Come on out and ask questions and let the girls meet the other young ladies. And let's have a great time. It's wonderful to be able to have that extra support. And that's what exactly we are going to do. Lend support to parents and guardians. We're going to also make sure we help develop them as leaders. That's one of the missions of Crystal Community and our mentoring programs is to develop young leaders, lend support, and we do so many other things. And we really, really want you all in the community to participate in this program. I also want to mention my book, Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose. I would love you all to get this book for your children, for your friends, for your family. You can go anywhere where books are sold, the Barnes and Noble ebook. You can go to Book Baby. You can go to Amazon, the iTunes download. You can go to Audible. We definitely ACX Audible. We have the books there. You can get a hard copy. And if you're interested in getting a hard copy, you can actually inbox me and let me know you would love to have an autographed copy of Bullying is Right Underneath Your Nose. I started this movement, Mr. E, and started doing anti-bullying rallies and doing all kind of things, dinner in the dialogue, peaks in the dialogue, just to give the community something to think about and to help eradicate this problem of bullying, which it is worldwide, which is everywhere. And in the book, it tells you exactly where it is. It could be on the
That's right.
job, it could be in the church, it could be in the schools, it could be in your house, it could be in the neighborhood, on the bus stop. You name it, it is there. And we definitely need education. We need tools for our children so they can, combat this thing called bullying and help them to survive because bullying causes many to commit suicide, many to give up, many to go in depression. And we really, really, really want to help with the problem of bullying.
Not only that, Miss Hinton, I think you're frozen. Not only that we bullying, we want to help bullying. We want to bring great awareness to bullying because we don't want nobody not to be able to understand or to know what bullying is all about. It's just like you say, bullying is everywhere. It can be in your home, it can be on your job, it can be in your church, wherever you are, bullying is there. It's not
Absolutely.
just child's play. It's not just in the children in the school. It's everywhere.
Absolutely. So we want you all to make sure you get the book. The book is really, really a great tool for young people, for young kids, for teenagers, for young adults, for grown-ups. Because guess what? Grown-ups get bullied. Can you
That's
believe
right.
it?
That's right.
Grown-up not only are they capable of bullying, but they can be victims
That-
of bullying.
That's
And
right.
so
They
we
can.
want this book as a tool for the community to, really, really get tools and have ways of fighting against this problem.
It's just like you say, bullying is everywhere. It's on the internet as well. Today, while I was at one of the schools today, they had Instagram report for one of the schools in Norfolk, and they put them on alert alarm because somebody said they're gonna go and shoot up the school. So people was running out of the school. They got the alert. It's and whoever did it, it could be just a bully making sure that they disrupt everybody's day and cause havoc around the town. So today the police and everybody was out there because you can never underestimate what a bully allowed do.
What he will what? Say that again. You'll never. What did you say, Miss E?
Under you could never underestimate what a bully might do. So you got to pay close attention, and when the alarm is being sound, you got to make it your business. You got to make it your business to be ready to run, jump, hide, you name it. Got to get out the way, and don't forget to report that bullying is right underneath your nose.
It absolutely is. So again, make sure you all get the book, share it, uh, tell your schools about it, tell your friends about it, your neighbors. Uh, we have them in the library here in Virginia Beach. You can go to Virginia Beach and actually they make it available in Spanish and in English. So you can go and check it out. But in the meantime, you can have it for your children, those that are Hispanic, Spanish speaking families, you can get it as well.
That's right.
So
Don't forget to let them know they can get it on Audible too. Let the book read back to you. You can pick the book up and let the book do what it do. Read back to you so you can have great understanding of what's going on.
absolutely. I want to just welcome Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform. We're here. We're going to talk to, hopefully, we'll have our guest on. We're trying to make sure he has his contact information and his link so he can join us. In the meantime, we are so glad to be here. It's Monday, and I want to remind you all that myself, Yolanda Hinton, and Edward Everett, we are the host of FYI Radio Morning Show and also this platform, FYI After Dark. We are so glad to be here. We're going to be talking to so many different individuals. We have certain topics that we will cover on both platforms. And so we would love for you all to join us. If you're listening to us right now or viewing us, make sure you like, you share, you comment. We would love to shout you out and find out who is on the line.
That's right. We want you to like and share and like, so we can give you a great big shout out and tell you thank you so much for being a part of FYI After Dark and also FYI in the AM too.
Okay, so the FYI Radio Morning Show, we air 95.3 FM, WGPL 1350 AM, WPCE 1400, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. You can find us on all those platforms, soon to be WNBA. Is that right, Mr. E?
That's 88.9, soon to be. And don't forget, you can hear us all over the globe on www. Christian Broadcasting Company, streaming live 24 hours. That's streaming live 24 hours on www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Guess what? You can take us on your telephone, wherever you may be. You won't miss FYI.
Absolutely. I also want to welcome our sponsors, Crystal Records, making beautiful music. And you can go online to get all of Crystal Records music in the library. Yolanda Hinton, we're there. And you can go to crystalrecords.com and see what we do, see what's coming up with Crystal Records, with our podcast, Crystal Records music class, and just see what's going on with the nonprofit organization. And just visit us, www.crystalrecords.com. You can see us on the banner right there. You can go right to it. Also, Beard Gods is another sponsor. The owner is Mr. Chris Hinton, and you all please go to www.beardgods with a Z, GODZ.com. Go up there. He has so many wonderful products for the hair, for beards. And I'm telling you, it has taken off. He's doing quite well. Mr. E, he's going to really start promoting and vending in different places so everybody can find out what this is and who he is. And we're very proud of him. We want to say congratulations to Mr. Chris Hinton on his new business, Beard Gods.
That's right. All you got to do is go to those different platforms and you can see Beard Gods everywhere on social media. You can see it around the town, and all you got to do is pick up if you want to grow that great beard, and he give you great instructions on what to do, how to do it, and what you need to do it with. So hey, look him up, and don't hesitate. Go and get it.
Go and get it. Go get your blessing. So also, I want to remind you of the Royal Ladies Pie. We're going to be launching the Ladies Pie now as the Royal Ladies Pie. We got some great things in store, and you can still order your pies now. Just reach out. You can inbox me, or you can call 757-470-0224 and let me know what you need. It could be for your special occasion, special event, for your Sunday dinner. It could be whatever you want, birthday. You can right now, any day, actually, you can have the fabulous Royal Ladies Pie. And I'm excited about it, Mr. E. So many great things are happening. And we're very, very, very glad to do just that. I'm going to let Mr. E tell you just a little bit more about FY Radio Morning Show and how you can actually sponsor those shows.
If you'd like to be a sponsor or special guest on FYI Radio Show, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Listen, that's FYI Radio Show live@gmail.com. And if you want to know how you can be a sponsor, just hook us up. Call us at 757-714-7861. That's 757-714-7861. And say, listen, I would like to sponsor FYI Radio Show. Or I'd like to be a special guest on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. I want to say good evening to Miss Javini Leggins. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. And thank you so much for supporting us. Listen, don't forget that if you like to be a special guest on the most talked about radio show, that's heard all over the world, not just in the 757 and the 252, but we heard all over the world. And for more information, give us a call, 757-714-7861, or inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Absolutely. I just wanted to mention today our wonderful show. We had Sports Talk. Actually, you can sponsor any of those segments. Monday, we have Sports Talk. Wednesday,
Yeah,
we have What's Under Your Hat issues concerning men. You can sponsor that segment, or you can sponsor What's in Your Closet
that's
issues
right. That's right.
concerning women. And you can, if you have a business, small business, big business, or whatever, if you have an event or something that's coming up, a launch, and you want to get the word out to your friends and those on social media, on live radio, you can get it out there. FYI can definitely be the place where you can acquire sponsorship. Uh, you can inbox or you can reach out and call Edward Everett, Mr. E, 757-714-7861. And you can call and ask about how can my business sponsor be a sponsor for FY Radio Show, and he'll give you that information. You know, sometimes, Missy, when you have businesses just starting up, they have, you know, budgets that are not so huge, but they need those platforms. They
That's
need
right.
folks to see them. They need to be able to market and expose, you know, their businesses and events and things. And so, FY Radio Show, we've been on since 2007. Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah.
We've been,
That's
no,
right.
excuse me. We've been on 7 years. I'm thinking about the
That's right.
Girls Club. We've been on for 7 years, and we have really built up this brand, and we're on all social media platforms, but we're live. And so we're reaching people. We're exposed to the World Wide Web. And we're able to expose the things that you're doing to a lot of folk. We have so many platforms. We have our FYI radio show hosted by Yolanda Hinton. We got Edward Everett's personal page, my personal page. You name it, we have it. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, you know, the live radio show. We have all of that. And we can definitely expose you to many, many people. And so, please, if you're interested in being a sponsor for any of those segments or either the whole show, you know, hey, we will design a package just for you where you can be have your work and the things that you're doing out on a platform that people love, and
That's right.
people
That's
love
right.
this show. So Go ahead, Misty.
I want to say good afternoon to Miss Barbara Loring. Hey, how's everything up in New York City? I hope everything is going well. And to Miss Christy Pattyfield, thank you so much for joining us. And to Miss Leggins, thank you all of you for joining into the most talked about radio show that's been heard all over the globe. That's right. I heard all over the globe. Where you have your cell phones, you can pick us up on your job, in your car, in Iraq, Iran. You can hear FYI radio show. All you have to do is go to your telephone and pick up and go to Google and put in 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Or if you want to get both of them at the same time, go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com. Click and listen live on your cell phone, and you can hear us all over the globe. We're the only African American radio station here that's all that service the 252 and the 757 and on the World Wide Web. So you'll never miss FYI radio show because we got great segments and great shows for you. We got shows to help you to rise above mere survival and be able to hear and to understand what's going on. From politics, we got it. From men that's going through some trying times, we got it. From the military, we got it. For what's in the women's closet, issues concerning them, we got it. For sports, we got it. Women history, we got it. You name it, and you can catch it on FYI. We're the host is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And don't forget, for more information, call us 757-714-7861.
So this month on FYI Morning Show, we're highlighting our Women's History Month.
Yes.
We're very excited about it because it's all about the ladies.
That's
and
right.
Those that have done great things, those that were pioneers, those in the past, now, and those that are coming up now for the future. You got women doing all kind of things, have overcome so many obstacles, but still we rise. Still we are excited. Still we are overcomers. That's the thing about it, Mr. E. It's not like, everybody's flying on the wings of the clouds and things like that. And our lives are just so perfect. It's a thing of going through life, understanding what life is all about, having that support, continuing to be committed to our dreams and our goals, raising families, using our talents and gifts. We are so ready to go forth and to continue this fight, because that's what it is. Every day we have to fight to do better. Every day we have to fight to maintain what we're doing and what we have. And so we are celebrating women that have come so far. It was a time where a woman couldn't vote. There was a time when a woman was basically in the home and wasn't allowed to do certain things. She wasn't allowed to work. It was a traditional thing where a woman stayed home and took care of the children. Single women, they some of them didn't even get a chance to go to school, way back in the day. It wasn't a thing where a young woman was allowed to do certain things. She could not go into certain careers and play sports like the WNBA that we talked about today, Mr. E, where women are allowed now in this day and time, and that just started 1996, where women are allowed to participate in sports like the WNBA and college sports.
Miss Hinton, when we begin to talk about WNBA, and just in case our listening audience don't know what WNBA stands for, that's the Women National Basketball Association in America, Professional Basketball League. It is composed of 12 teams, all based in the United States. The league was founded April the 22nd, 1996 as the women's counterpart to the National Basketball Association, and league played starting in the 1997. So, hey, hats off to you great women. Hey, you come a long ways, baby, and we're proud of you.
Absolutely. We come a long way, so we're celebrating and we are happy about it.
That's right. We're happy about it, and we're happy about the accomplishments that the women has done and what you have done to help us to rise above, mere survival. Miss Hinton, we begin to talk about different teams in the WNBA, and also there's a total of several different teams that are around around the world that's hanging in playing great basketball for the WNBA.
Yes.
And one of the greatest persons that is there is who just been re-signed,
Yes.
and that's Miss Gaynor. She had just been re-signed, so we're proud of her. From that, the one that went all the way to Russia,
All the way to Russia, ended up
all the
getting
way to
locked
Russia.
up,
They
but
getting locked
but
up,
God, by the grace of God, you know,
you
by
know,
the
by the
grace of God.
by the grace of God, that she's now been set free, bought with a price. And guess what? I guess she's sending a signal out to everybody. Do not go into other countries thinking that because you're a giant of a woman or a giant of a man playing sports and you're a household name, that you can do whatever you want to do. No, sir.
Now, and that's a good lesson. And I'm hoping that she has learned that lesson. A lot of people don't get a chance to come back from a foreign country whole. There was a young man that went over in Asian, I believe it could have been in South Korea, North Korea, South Korea, and he came back in a daggone casket in a body bag
Yeah.
because he went over there and their rules and their laws tell you that you can't come around there fooling with some of their things. And so it was so sad to
Yeah,
see this
yeah,
young
yeah,
man come
yeah.
back.
And like
And
Miss
wait a
they
minute, I'm like, huh? Hello, hello. And
like Miss
so,
Hinton said, they come up with
can you hear me, Miss D?
I can hear you now.
Oh,
You're freezing.
okay. And so, yes, yeah, it is just awesome that when this young lady had the chance to come back whole. And now she's receiving awards. She's able to continue to play. She's been re-signed to a team, and she's got to be really grateful. And what I was saying was, hopefully, she's learned her lesson, and that's what we're talking about when we talk about women's history. Learning lessons, growing up, doing better, achieving, being committed, and doing things that are going to help us to continue to rise above.
When we talk about Miss Gaynor, we find out that Miss Gaynor was a three-time in WNBA champion. We find out that she's been re-signed by the Phoenix Mercury, and she's a center and came out of Baylor, one of the greatest schools there is. So, our hats off to Miss Gaynor, and thank you so much for all of your accomplishments.
Absolutely. I want to say hello to Miss Christy Pettyfield. She said hello to the best team. She said we're opening Pink Slayer Community Outreach. And yes, you're going to have to tell us more about it. But she said that's on March the 25th. And we want to say congratulations. Why you got to be all the way in Suffolk with it, Miss Christy Pettyfield? And where have you been, young lady? I miss you. And so anyway, you're going to give us some more information. Hopefully we can have that information. Thank you for putting it down there for us. And congratulations to you as a woman in business, as a
That's
woman
right.
with your nonprofit organization, all that you do. She's in the schools, in the community, and we say thank you. Women's History Month, Missy, is not just about those high profile women.
That's
It's
right.
about
That's right.
women like me or women like Christy Pettyfield, who's right here in the community. And we are, doing the things that we need to do. We're helping our, fellow man. We're helping women, we're helping children, we're helping families, we're employing individuals, we are making sure we keep ourselves, where we can do better and expose gifts and talents that we have, so I commend women like Christy and so many women that I come across daily,
That's right.
that are
That's right.
doing great things, that are overcomers, and that are, living the life and being the woman that they, strive to be.
Miss Hinton, is that old saying that went out the window that a woman should walk around barefoot and pregnant. That should be
Who
that.
made that up?
Some used to say back in the day, that's all a woman should be doing is walking around. And listen, my hat's off to all the great women. And listen, that's just the word. And James Brown came up with "This is a man's world." No, James Brown, I want you to take that back because it won't be nothing without a woman and a girl.
Look, a woman been got out of just that pregnant in the kitchen. I just said that it was a traditional thing where women stayed home and men went out there and they provided for the family. Thank God for the men doing the job at the time that it was really useful. But you
That's
find
right.
men now wherein you have to, a woman has to do the job. A man is not always in the home, and it's not always that he's in jail or anything. My
That's
mother
right.
lost her husband, my father, in a tragic accident in Brooklyn, New York. And that means she was a single mother raising 7 children. And so women have to take over sometimes. Women, there are some men that are incarcerated and a woman has to take care of it. Sometimes a man dies. Sometimes a man walks away from his home and responsibility. Sometimes a man gets sick. So it's so many reasons. Sometimes war, sometimes, like I said, the military. It's so many reasons that there are not men in the household, and women have to do what they have to do. Sometimes a woman will get caught up with a man, and he has another family. He has his first family, and she's just a side piece, as they say. And so she's having children for him sometimes, and sometimes it leaves her without, a head, without someone that can do, uh, the job of a father in the household, a husband. And so, we, like I said, commend women who have to do great things and have to overcome obstacles and have to sometimes be alone when they don't want to. We got the single woman. A lot of them are single women want to get married, but hey, sometimes the pickings are slim,
That's right.
and so you find her, waiting or trying to do things, and stay whole to maintain herself and be all that she can be. And so, yeah, I commend women and I
That's right.
commend them uh, when they have to do the job, when they have to step up, when they have to be the mother, when they have to be the only parent in the household. And so we have women like that, but we have women that um, maintain, households. They are married women. They are virtuous. They raise their children. They do good. And they're strong. And we got all types of women, and so we congratulate all.
Miss Hinton, as of 2020, the census showed that there are around 65 million fewer women than men in the world.
Mhm.
About 3.8 billion women compared to 3.9 billion men.
Mhm.
So they're right there on top, right there neck to neck. That's around the world. So my hat's off. We are in that boat ride together and we're doing what we call, keep on being great women, keep on being independent, keep on doing what you're doing. You can help push this world to a better place. Listen, a lot of folks think that women don't know. Women can do a whole lot of things. Just look what happened. They can make lawn chairs. Not only can they make lawn chairs, they can play basketball. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're judges, they're you name it. They're truck drivers, they're mothers, they're fathers. You know, they're in the household, building houses. They're plumbers. You name it. Whatever you think that is out there, you know, it blows my mind because you would never ever think that women would be out there carrying newspapers, or women would be out there being plumbers, digging ditches, you know, running cable lines, you know, and engineers and educators. They're doctors, they're scientists. Not only that, they went to the moon. So, hey, look, our hats off, women. Y'all are great and we love you.
Yes, and we thank God for paving the way for us and giving us the strength and commitment to be where we are. You know, we celebrated last month Black History Month, and we talked about the journey of the African American and how far we have come. We
That's
also
right.
celebrate ourselves because if it wasn't for God and if it wasn't for our strength and the ability to see light, we wouldn't be anywhere. We'll still be slaves. But
That's
because
right.
somebody wanted more and they knew they could have more and they knew that God meant for them to use their gifts and talent and to be like any other person, we continue to move forward and thrive. And so women have come a long way. Like I said, one time, you know, a woman
That's
couldn't
right.
vote. One
That is
time,
so
a
true.
woman couldn't
That
take certain jobs. One time, she couldn't
uh,
have certain positions. One time, she couldn't go to school and get educated. But now, you know, as she pushed forward and she believes in herself, she will continue to uh, rule. Continue to thrive and be all that she can be.
I want to say
And
good
it's
afternoon to Miss Wilberta Carter. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI After Dark. Yeah, that's FYI After Dark, hosted by Miss Yolanda, Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Miss Christy Patterfield says 7 children. Wow, strong women
yeah,
around us. Yeah, and we want to say
absolutely.
congratulations to all of you great women. You know, Miss Hinton, like I said on radio this morning, there's Women's Day, there's Black History Months, there's you name it, different days and different holidays. But as of May, I'm declaring because there is no calendar date for Men's Day. I'm declaring as of April 1 that there will be Men's Day in April.
Well, you have Father's Day.
We have Mother's Day too.
You have Father's Day, so there you go. You got a day, but you got to get a month now because you know
That's
we have
right.
International Women's Day, which is
That's
on the
right.
8th of March, and so but they when it comes to Women's History Month, it has been expanded to a 1 month. Uh,
A
uh,
whole month.
a whole month just highlighting and celebrating
That's right.
women
A
and all that
whole.
we've done, all that we've accomplished, and all that we are, which we're really proud, you know. The thing about it, women didn't just, you know, become leaders, you know, even though they might have not been in certain positions, they've always uh, had a place and a part in society.
That's
And you
right.
can go
That's right.
back as far as the Bible and
That's right.
see the positions that women have held. You had judges back then. You had
That's right.
women that changed the world.
That's right.
You had
That's right.
women that just was able to do so many. They're warrior soldiers. We just have women that have throughout time have made an impact, and so like I said, we continue to flourish, we continue to rise, we continue to grow. We continue to be there. If nobody else is there for our children, we're there for our
That's right.
children. Somebody's there, grandma there, auntie there, mama there. Somebody is there for the children. And
That's
so
right. That
uh,
is right.
we are so glad for that. I want to just encourage women to be the best, to be virtuous, to be women of standards and excellence, to make up in your mind that you want to be better. Every day God gives you, that you work hard at being a better person for your household, for yourself, for your community. and just love on yourself, and have the esteem that you need in order to continue to flourish. A lot of people in this day and time, Mr. E, whether they're male or female, sometimes suffers from low self-esteem.
That's
Sometimes they
right.
try to they sometimes people identify themselves for the circumstances they go through, and we are not our circumstances, because our circumstances can change any minute. If we go by circumstances, then the last 3 years of the pandemic, we would weigh ourselves out because we say, "Oh,
That's right,
I'm
Miss.
in bad shape. I'm in the pandemic," but the pandemic wasn't your fault. And
Absolutely.
so,
Yeah.
we don't want to, brand ourselves as far as our situation and circumstances. We want to understand that God has made us to be strong and worthy, and to have high esteem, to love ourselves and love one another. We have a role to play, and it's not just your circumstances. Sometimes you go through hard times and through things that you have not caused. Sometimes things you caused, but still you you can still feel good about what God can do in your life, and how you can grow more and more each day if you put your mind to it. So in this Women's History Month, I want women to really, really embrace yourselves as a woman, and to embrace your surroundings, to use your talent. Don't die with all your talents and gifts
That's right.
in you. Die empty. Let those things that are in you come out. Don't make excuses for yourself. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, I'm too fat. Oh, I'm too short. Oh, I'm too black. Oh, I can't do this and I can't do that. No excuses. You can do
That's right.
all things through Christ that gives you strength.
That's right. I want to say good afternoon to Mr. Mark Howard. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI After Dark. Miss Hinton, I was looking up just a few minutes ago how many women are in the House of Representatives. It's a total of 374 women has been U.S. U.S. Representative, and 7 more women has been non-voting delegates. As of January 3rd, 2023, there are 124 women in the U.S. House of Representatives, not including 4 female non-voting delegates, making women 28% of the total of representatives in the House.
Absolutely. We're everywhere. And
Right,
look,
right.
we want to give respect and honor to our Vice President, Miss Kamala Harris, getting through that glass ceiling. This is
Congratulations.
history. This is something that has never happened in
That's right.
our existence here in the United States of America. And so for her to make that accomplishment and that achievement, it makes us smile. My grandson had the privilege of meeting her eye to eye. I mean, literally eye to eye. He was in Washington, D.C., and here she comes, and she says, "Come here, young leader." And I said to myself, she was telling us something. She
That's
said,
right.
"Come here, young leader." She stood eye to eye with him and made a conversation with him. And it's something that he will never forget. He was just, at that time, I believe he was 6 years old. And it was a delight because he knew exactly who she was. And it's a joy. And so as we see women achieve, it makes us feel good. It makes us know that we can accomplish so many things. When we
And that,
see people with just on the big stage, when we see people that have gone through, our pioneers in the past, our Harriet Tubman, those women that have achieved and accomplished sports and education. And with this theme for Women's History Month, they're talking about women in literature, women in the news, women in live podcasts, and just like I'm doing, it fits right in with Women's History Month. Literature, writings, and all those kind of things, spoken word, and just great achievements in the arts. It is a
that
marvelous feeling.
So it's great to know, and we are thankful for all that the women are doing for us. You know, if it wasn't for women, we wouldn't be here. And look at all the success. When a basketball player scores a shot, he won't say, "I thank my mama." Yeah, because without mama being our biggest supporters, you know, you look around the world today and your ride or die, your ride or die is your mama. Your ride or die. And one thing about a mama, she can tell her son, her daughter, from a long ways down the road. So, hey, look, my hat's off to you ladies, and I want to say congratulations and thank you so much. That's why you deserve the whole month to celebrate all that you do. And we want to say thank you so much for being a part of the most talked about radio show, FYI After Dark and FYI in the daytime.
Well, I've just heard from our guest, and he said he is having technical difficulty with his phone. He just DM'd me, and he said he just don't understand what is going on. And I have off and on today tried to reach out, and sometimes he can respond, and sometimes he can't respond. And so we're going to have to definitely reschedule him. In the meantime, on next week, on March the 13th, we'll have Miss Cynthia Hall on. And I'm telling you, that conversation is going to be absolutely fabulous. She's a woman. She's a woman achieving success. She's run businesses. She's gotten various degrees. She's a great researcher. She has an invention that she's going to come out with soon. And she is a woman that just is, she has a million and more words in her that she would love to express. And so we look forward to her. Again, we will reschedule Mr. Sean Cunningham. He is having technical difficulties. I just heard from him again. When I tried to call the number, I heard him speak, but then it shut down. But then he just DM'd me and said that there are some problems going on. And so he won't be able to take the link and join us on this evening. And so this is what I want from you all that are listening. We want to actually kind of have a panel of folk that will come on from time to time. Let us know if you're interested in that. We're going to be talking about all kind of things, relationships. We're going to be talking about issues in the news and what's trending. We're going to have so many fun games, and we're going to have letters. We're going to be answering about children and so many things that are going on in our society now. So you all please DM us and say, yeah,
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
me in on some of these Monday evenings at 6 o'clock. We would love to. We need at least five, I'm gonna say about four or five regulars to come on with us and just be a part of the dialogue, just be a part of the conversation. Let's talk about the trends and things that are going on, the issues that are happening. Mr. E, we've covered so many things, but I
That's
would
right.
really love to have at least 4, 5, or 6 of you all to send your email. And then after the 13th, we can start kind of talking about things. Maybe there's a topic that you would like us to cover. We've been, as a matter of fact, we've been sent various topics to discuss on FYI After Dark. And so we'll choose some of those along with any of those that you all feel you want to do. We would love to hear from you. We know that you all love to make conversation and dialogue, and we would love to have you. You know what would have been a great thing to talk about, Mr. E,
What's
pulling
that?
folk in the Chris Rock special on
Yeah,
Netflix. Oh
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah. You know, Miss Hinton, I want to let our listening audience know that if you would like to be a part, to engage with us, DM us, send us your information, your email, and send us your email so we can pull you in. And guess what? You can be on the screen with us. You can
Yes.
talk with us. You can be live with us, and you can dialogue with us because we would love to have you as our special guest in our audience, just to show you how much we appreciate you. I mean, we just don't want you to sit back and listen to us. We want Mark Howard to come on and be a part. Roberta Carter, Miss Christy Patterfield. We want y'all to be in our audience as we dialogue about great topics, such as what's going on in the who's who. Chris Rock, some of you seen Chris Rock. Yes, I saw Chris Rock and I gave Chris Rock a rating of a 9. How about you? What do you think about what Chris Rock said? I think that Chris Rock got a light chest now.
Yeah, I heard that Twitter.
Everything,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
I heard that Black Twitter went crazy.
That's right.
But they were also divided. Some was for Will Smith, some were for Chris Rock. And that would have been a great dialogue because he said a lot of things. And I wonder how it sits well with you all. But it's that and it's more that we can discuss. There are so many questions. People send us in questions, and I would love to have a panel of you all to please join us. We will all be up there at the same time, and we'll be able to make conversation, answer questions, and letters from those that view and listen to us. But we just have a good time. Maybe once a month we'll come together. And so if you all are interested in being on this panel and just, making conversation and having a great dialogue, make sure you inbox me or Edward Everett, Yolanda Hinton or Edward Everett, or go ahead and email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
That's right. That's right. We want you to be a part of what we're doing because we want to know what you're thinking, how you're thinking, and what you're saying. Miss Hinton, after Chris Rock finished his performance yesterday, when I saw it, he dropped the mic.
He dropped it.
And that was the END. That was the ball game, and because he felt 1,000 pounds lighter. And so we want to know what you think. We want to know how you feel about it. We want to know what's going on in your mind. We want to know what you're capable of. So all you got to do is inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Mark said it was a good show, but Chris and Will must meet sometimes in the near future to hash out their issues. And I really believe that, Mark, because there is some healing that needs to take place. Will Smith was Chris Rock's hero. And he really looked up to him, and he still to this day don't understand why he was humiliated on that stage, and why he has reached out on TV, and I don't think that's enough. I think they need to come to the red tabletop or wherever and start getting with one another and finding out what was the issue.
That's right.
Why did it get so out of hand?
Yeah.
Why at a place where we know that African Americans have tried to fight to get into the house, honey? The Oscars has been a place where African Americans have protested and said, well, why can't you all let us in? Why not? And so all of a sudden, here we are. We have a African American man, and he is now hosting. They have opened the door, and all of a sudden you have another African American man just like, look, I'm going to reduce you to nothing, because that slap was saying that you're nothing to me, and I'm going to show the whole world that I'm going to put you in your place. And so we want to hear from Will Smith and both of them, since it's out in the open, since it was done openly, and find out what can be done to heal these two young men and help them to continue to go forward. Remember, we are not our circumstances, but we do have to give an account for our bad behavior, and we have to grow and get better. I believe, Mark, that is one of the ways in getting them together. I think it will be a good thing.
That's right. And Ms. Hinton, as I begin to look at what what Chris Rock was saying. It wasn't Chris Rock's fault. Let's put it out there like that. It was already on social media what was popping in Will Smith's life. It was,
Did he trigger Will Smith? Was it a trigger?
he could have triggered because guess what? Will Smith was hurt when he found out that that everybody in social media was no. Will Smith was the butt end of the joke. The joke was on Will Smith because of all of his success, but there was no way that you can hold Chris Rock accountable, and you failed to realize that he was on the big stage. He was on the stage that we as African Americans is trying to get there. He was on the stage that they would never, ever, ever let an African American host on the big stage. So hey, look, sometimes he failed to realize what's going on. So listen, if he can find somewhere in his heart to let it go, let it go.
Let it go, or say, hey, let's talk. What's wrong with talking? What's
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong with
talking?
talk.
Don't I mean, hey, talk, talk it out. He said, I
That's right.
think it was personal when Chris started talking about Jada. I think that was wrong, and I think it was definitely a trigger. And Will didn't have any self control that evening, but I really believe that was a trigger.
You know,
What you call
I
Marlon Wayans was on today, and he said he's friends with both of them, and he said that there are some things that Will is going through, and but what you call it, Chris Rock is really really upset. He feels as though he has defended Will Smith in a lot of different things. He said when they were talking about how this incident with Jada and her having this affair, he was there. He said he was calling. He was trying to talk to Will, trying to you know get him to know that he had support and things like that.
That's right.
So for it
That's
to
right.
turn around like it did, I really believe that healing would come with an explanation and with remorse and sorrow that he humiliated another black man on the stage. See, that's the thing. I think if he was triggered, that was one thing, and I think if he was hurt that somebody was dragging his wife, I think that's okay and honorable. But honey, when he went up there and slapped the mess out of another black man right in front of all those folks in the whole wide world, that was really humiliating.
Yeah, when I looked at it, when I heard about it, and see, that's why we have to learn how not to play on words or
Mhm.
enter into somebody else's life's way of living. When you get an annulment and you're an African American, or when you get to the point where you have an open marriage that you can do as you want to do, you got to make sure that there is no jealousy involved. You got to make sure that you are completely healed and clean, so that there won't be no like we had happened. There won't be no mess like that. And there is no African American man in the whole wide world that don't want who would not be able to stand to hear or to see something happening to his wife. Especially when social media get it out there, it was the butt of a joke. It was a joke, and because everybody on social media had it, everybody and everybody's mama in the newspaper knew about it. Every girl, every woman, every boy knew about it. And Will Smith only got in front. He said, well, wait a minute. We are here on stage, on a black stage, what we've been trying to accomplish for years. And you made that joke about my wife. So
Well,
I'm
I really think that in my mind, my conspiracy theory is this. I feel as though Will Smith had to stop him. I think in his mind, Will thought, and we all know how comedians are, they have a habit of being raw and going too far. I feel as though Will could have thought that Chris was going to cross the line and say some very humiliating things. Now, he started off talking about her hair.
That's
Can
right.
you imagine if he would have talked about the affair
That's right.
or named the young man or said something really degrading, because he actually called her a bitch on the Netflix show. Can you imagine if he really wanted to hype up the crowd? And some comedians are guilty of this. If he really wanted to go down and dirty, baby, he would have said, "Uh huh, yeah, and you're out there doing this and that with that young boy." He could have really gone, and I really believe, Mr. E, that Will put a stop to it before it started. It could have gone that far.
And that's what it's all about. You being our special guest on FYI After Dark. And as we dialogue, you sit in the background, you sit being our host. Now we can bring all of this to the table. We can hear your opinion, what you think, Miss Roberta Carter, what you feel, Miss Barbara Lauren, what you think, and Mr. Mark Howard. We can hear your comments and your voices. We can hear your feeling, because everybody's comment is not the same. Everybody may not never have the right or have the same feeling as you have. You know, there are so many folks that would go to Will Smith's defense. There were so many folks would go to Jada's defense. There were so many folks out there would go to Chris Rock defense. And see, the thing about it is, with social media, here's the whole thing in a nutshell. The thing about with social media, everybody knows the story. So if everybody knew the story, everybody knows what.
Yes.
If everybody, millions and millions and trillions of people all over the world hear this story and heard about that in Iraq, Australia, Japan, you name it, they heard about what happens to Jada and how their marriage, what happens to Will. And just because, and I'm with Chris Rock, and just because one brother and said something about it, you should have been around the whole world, blowing up the whole world, because he wasn't the only one that's been talking about your mess.
Yes, but Chris Rock had a major stage. He was on the main stage, the major stage. Who doesn't look at the Oscars? If you didn't look at it in real time, you would come back. He could have, and this is only a theory of mine, he could have gone too far with this theory, this entanglement, this degradation of this woman. He started with the hair. It could have been a trigger for Will saying, "Look, if you think you're gonna go down and dirty, you ain't gonna start." He didn't even let him start going down and dirty. He started with that hair, and he said, "That's where it's gonna end. You're not going any farther than that hair. I'm gonna pop the mess out of you. Keep my wife's name out of your mouth."
I got a problem with it, and I wish Will Smith was here, because there's some questions I want to ask him. Why he didn't jump on Jimmy Kramer, Jimmy Carter? Why you ain't jump on?
Did you say Jimmy Carter?
What is his name?
Kimball? Jimmy. Are you talking about Kimball?
Kimball. Why you jump on Jimmy Kimball? Why you jump on the what's that other show with all the mics? Everybody jumping on the Beastie Boys show. That why you ain't jump on all of them?
Because his wife was sitting. Okay. Did you see Jada's face? Oh, did you see Jada pick his face? Did you see her face when he started with the hair?
He didn't say anything about Gayle. He didn't say anything about daytime TV. All he did was at the Oscar, saw that brother putting his wife down, and guess what? He went off. Enough is enough. So Will said, "I got to do something to you."
Yep. So there are two sides, and like Mark Howard said, "Yeah, come to the table. Tell us how you feel." Right. It could be. Right. It could be that. It could be a better understanding, and like I said, probably said, "Hey, I'm going to set boundaries. You're not going to go too far. You know, you jokesters." And then Chris probably was saying in his mind, "Man, I won't gonna go that way. I just mentioned G.I. Jane." Okay, but hey, like I said, we know about comedians, how they can act. Those are things that we will probably talk more about that and other things, Mr. E. But we really, really, really would love to have you all to be a part of our platform at least once a month and
Yeah.
talking about some of the things that are going on in our world.
That's
So
right. We would love to have you. So guess what? All you have to do is inbox us at Edward Everett. Send us your email at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com. DM us. Let us know that you would like to be a special guest so that we can hear what you have to say.
again, we want to mention our sponsors, Beard Gods. Go to www.beardgods, and that's with a Z, Godz, beardgods.com. Check it out. See what kind of products are there. The owner's Mr. Chris Hinton, and you all can reach out to him on the website. There are great products for beards and for your hair, men. Wonderful gifts, and we would love for you all to. Oh wow, there I go. Anyway, Mr. E, go ahead and keep talking. I got to
We
get
would,
my light back on.
we would love for you to sponsor us. If you'd like to sponsor FYI Radio Show, that's right. If you would like to sponsor FYI or be a special guest on FYI, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861. Or you can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, or you can go to FYI Radio Show Facebook page and let us know that you would love to be a special guest or sponsor. We would love to have you. We would love to mention your business on our show. So hey, look, make it your business to join us. Make it your business to sponsor us and say, listen, I want to sponsor the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI. Call us 757-714-7861 or inboxes at whatever Facebook, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook, FYI Facebook, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com.
Don't forget to join us on Wednesday, FYI Radio Morning Show, What's Under the Hat? Issues Concerning Men. We'll see you there at 9:30 a.m. We want you to have a fabulous evening. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for your support. We apologize that our guest wasn't able to log on. He had technical difficulties, but we will reschedule. So you all be blessed. Enjoy your evening and do something good for yourself. Mr. E, thank you so much for being a part of what we do. Thank you for us hanging in there for 7 years and bringing this great show to all.
That's right.
Good evening to everybody and have a great night.
2 up, 2 down, VA. Bye now.